Hello, welcome back to a grading tutorial video, and today we will go over examples of 6.0. I put a link to the tutorial for 6.5 example because I want to highlight the point that at this middle grade range the leeway are even bigger, where a book on any given day can be, graded as a 6 or 6.5 or 7.0 by CGC. So 6.0, 6.5 are perhaps two of the toughest grade in my opinion, because the lower the grade range is as you go down the scale of 9.8 to 6.0, the more latitude of flaws you can have, and depend on how a person interpret a flaw, you can see a big variety of grade ranges, compared to say 9.8 or 9.4, where so little flaws are allowed. It's easier to grade the higher grades. But here is an example of what I think. So I have 5 books here that I will go through, and hopefully it will make some sense. Here you have Strange Tale 126, as you can see, pretty decent book. There's a small tears right here. Not sure it will show up. It's about a 1/4 inch right there. A light crease is there, and then as you can see there is like a 2 to 3 inches long creases. It's light, it doesn't break color, but it's there. Okay, right there. There's a small corner creases here. Back cover, not bad. Okay, it's just a little bit dirty here, not a stain. There's like an inch long creases right here. And then you have a tiny bit of dust shadow, okay, which is not a big deal for this grade range, but there is a small tears right there, and then there's another small tears up there, okay, and then I think on the edges, as you can see, there's a inch long creases right there. So if you take a look at the back cover, on top of the light creases here, and then all the edges, where especially here you can see why I think this can be a 6.0. Can it be a 6.5? Maybe if I was to send it into CGC, but I'm comfortable calling it a 6.0. Next up, this is another one that I would call a 6.0, but could be higher. As you can see, once again, the covers and edge of this book is fairly decent, as you can see. The biggest problem with this book is right here. There's a reading crease that you can see right here. It's like an 1.5 inches, and then it's about 2 inches long right there. And the way the picture frame is kind of hide it pretty well, but it is there, as you can see. And then there's quite a number of dents and ticks on the spine. I thought I saw a crease on the side, but we'll see. Let's examine right there. So you have a thumb crease right there. That's about half an inch long. Let's look at the back cover. The back cover is decent. Okay. There's some light non-breaking creases, as you can see. Some indentation here and there. Nothing major. Okay. So once again, this book on any given day can be a 6.5 or a 6.0. Okay. Now I think we go into more, the next three books I think are more 6.0 solid. I don't think there's any chance it can be 6.5 as far as example. This one here, you see there's a couple creases on the corner. Okay, one is pretty bad, but there's 3 creases, and then there's some indentation on the edge. Okay, nothing bad. The spine, okay, a few minor ticks here and there, and then there's a small stain on the cover, which right there, right by the left shoulder of Dracula, as you can see right there. Okay, very small. It's about maybe a quarter of a penny or half a penny size at the most. You can refer to my cheat sheet. Okay, so if you take a look at that, the quarter size stain, add on about 2 to 3 inches worth of creases right here. And as far as the back cover, as you can see, it's not a tear, it's just dirty. Some minor rounding of the corners. There you go, a light bend right here. Some more, I think the flaws of the back cover is better seen up this way. There you go. As you can see right there, there's a whole bunch of flaws on the cover. Okay, look at that. On the edges, corner. So that's the back cover. And then if you throw in all the problem on the front cover, there's a big indentation right there, and right there the stain, and then the problem at the edges. To me, along with, you know, fairly soft edges and tiny creases there. So overall, looking at this book with all the cumulative flaws, I gave it a 6.0. Next up, this one here is a tough one to grade as well. As you can see, if you see this book on a picture or a scan, you would think that it is an easy 9.0, right? Look at that. 8.5 maybe at the worst. Same thing with the back cover. Let's look at the back cover. If you look at the frontal view, now you can see some of the flaws on the spine more easily. Okay, so but take a look at the back cover. Okay, just look at that. Lots of, I would call this light to moderate wear on the back cover. Okay, lots of little problems. See that on the top edge of the book? There you go, on the side. So there's a light to moderate wears on the back cover. And then let's re-examine the front cover now that we holding up to the light. Okay, see better? A lot of little dings here and there, but take a look at the spine. There's a lot of problem, a lot of big indentation at the spine. It's one of those books that, you know, a professional presser can certainly improve it from a 6.0 to maybe even a 7.5 range. Even though there's a lot of creases, these are non-color breaking creases. Even this one that is like 2 or 3 inches long. Okay, as you can see. But for now, as is in this state, I think it is in the fine range, 6.0. With a press, it could be even 7.5 or better. Last but not least, let's take a look at this book, Adventure 49. There's about 1 inch of creases right there on the bottom edge. It's small corner creases. The spine is okay. This book actually have a fairly decent spine. But then, there you go. I have big thumb creases there that's over 1 inch long with a tear. And then a whole bunch of another 1.5 inches or so. So if you add up the amount of creases on the top edge and the corner, you have easily 3 to 4 inches, okay? And then you add this part right here and you get probably 5 inches worth of creases. And then on the back, for that, you got a tiny stain, okay? That's about 1/4 size of a penny as far as stain is concerned, if not smaller. The spine is okay, but look at that. Put up to the light, you can see. Look at that, there's some long creases. It's like 2 inches, 3 inches at least, with a small tear. So there you go. This one, no chances of being higher than a 6.0 in my opinion. I'm going to squeeze one more in. I figure the more example the better. So here is my copy of Spider-Man 50. As you can see, there's a little crease there. That's not a tear, that's just a little scratch right there. So there's a light amount of wears on the bottom edge. And then there's a light crease right there, as you can see. Okay, doesn't really break color, but it's like a scratch. Then you have a small corner crease right there, and then there's a hangover crease on the top edge, as you can see. It's there all the way across. And then the spine have some minor creases, as you can see right there. Okay, that's it. The back cover is clean, no major issues. Okay, but if you look at the front cover, the amount of tear creases, I mean, on the top edge, and then the amount of wears on the side, and then the tiny flaws at the bottom of the book, that's enough for me to give it a 6.0. I don't see this book anything higher than a 6.0. I bought it as a 6.0 and I think it was fairly graded as a 6.0. You know, whenever you have, keep in mind, you know, whenever you have a book that are fairly decent, but if you have moderate amount of wears on at least 2 sides of the book, as you can see here, okay, it's light to moderate, nothing heavy, but enough wears there on 2 edges, and then you throw in other minor issue that we have here, then what you have is a 6.0. Anyhow, that's it for this video. I hope it's helpful for you guys and girls. Thanks for watching.